Hey everyone, Aaron here. This is another video game impression. This should be coming out Sunday, I believe, right? Yeah. And today's impression is of Phantom Breaker Extra. Now, I want to be honest with you. I kind of want to say this is a review more than an impression because I have already poured a lot of hours into this game. I mean, I bought this a few weeks ago, but because of various things with school and other life choices that had to do with life kind of things, I couldn't do the review of this or even talk about it. But I'll say right now, I highly recommend if you like importing games, or if you like games that you really don't really like, if you want the game because it's not in English, but you're afraid that you can't play it, you definitely need to play this because this is actually not that hard to understand in Japanese. The menus are all in English. The kind of beginning concept of the characters are in English. You can understand what they're doing. You can understand the control layout because it shows how to do everything. The only thing not in English per se is the story and the quotations that they'll put out, like in any fighting game. They won't do that. But Phantom Breaker Extra is awesome. I really, really like it so far. I think, I want to say I put maybe, no kidding, maybe a dozen hours into this so far. Maybe less than that, maybe a little bit less. But I really love it. I haven't unlocked all the characters yet. I'm still working on that. It's pretty it's not per se hard, but it's a little challenging and a little kind of time consuming. But I really love it. I love all the characters, and I want to show that right now. So, Phantom Breaker Extra, if you haven't realized it yet, because I think I haven't said it yet, is a fighting game. It has a list of characters. Some you might notice if you look at the corners are characters from anime. You actually got Rimi from Chaos Head, and you got Kurisu from, guess it, Steins Gate. Yeah, but it's really cool how they, how they're in here. It's actually done by. It's well not done, but it's published by one of the companies that worked on those anime. I'll tell you right now, having them in here is really cool. They have special attacks that are related to them. Kurisu actually uses one of the gadgets in the show to use as her main attack, and Rimi uses her actual weapon from the actual show Chaos Head. And I think that's cool. All the other characters, if you notice, are mostly girls. There's only 3 guys in this whole thing. It's not that I think this is trying to go for just pure girls, but I think it's just more so they're the focus of the story. And like I said, because this is all Japanese, you won't understand a lick of the story. I don't understand what's going on per se in the characters and why they're fighting or whatsoever. I mean, there are Wikipedia things you could check out, wikis for it that show what they're doing or what their main concept is. From what I gather, and I'll be amazed if I'm right. From what I gather, all the characters are fighting because they have weapons that they can only summon, and various means that they're trying to stop an evil kind of entity from showing up. That's all I know. That's all I'm going to try to guess, because I don't want to be wrong. So I want to make sure that you guys know, though, this is not Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds. This is Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds, and that came out all over the place. It came out for the 3DS, or not 3DS, excuse me. It came out for the Vita. It came out for the PlayStation 3. It came out for the PS4 recently. It came out for the Xbox. That's a whole different game that was released in English. It's, if you can see right here, a kind of like beat 'em up, mash up type game where it's very old school. It looks old school. It's not the same game. Okay, I want you guys to realize that in case you did it. It's not the same game at all. Different game. This is what we're talking about here. Nice visuals, nice anime characters that look awesome. They have depth to them. And that's one thing I'll tell you right now. As a fighting game, this is phenomenal the way it looks. I don't care who says what on this. The characters sometimes do look a little odd in where they are placed in the background per se, but I'll tell you right now, having the nice animation levels on them, like every character looks like they were drawn for an anime. They look like they could be ripped out of the game and thrown onto anime. I mean, 2 of them are from anime, but they don't have that sprite looky effect where they have that kind of visual blur. And I'm not saying, no, listen guys, don't beat me down. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I love those games. I love King of Fighters, and I love Street Fighter, Third Strike, etc., etc. I'm just saying that I think it's a kind of breath of fresh air to see anime fighters put into a very good situation. I mean, they look very clean, they look crisp, it looks nice, and it plays even better. As you can see, all the combos and stuff are very simple. Most of the characters, if not all of them, use a very similar method of how to unleash their special attacks. Now, is that a bad thing? No, it's almost like Dengeki Bunko, which I just reviewed recently, which it's overly simple for some people, yeah, so die-hard fighting game fans might have some issues with this, might. I've also heard some die-hard fighters, because I know a few of them, that highly recommend this because even though it's got such simple controls and simple combo inputs, it still has depth because every character does play very differently. For example, you can see Makoto fighting End right now, and End uses a giant like mech weapon as her fighting thing, and so it's almost like Blaze Blue in the concept of I can't think of any of the puppet masters. And that's Carl. There we go. Who I couldn't think for a second. Who uses his puppet Nirvana as his main weapon, and so he doesn't really do the fighting per se. I mean, he fights also, but to do the best combos, you have to rely on the mech. And very similar like this, it's similar like that, where every character has their own kind of needs. And I will say, that's really nice. I love fighting games that have kind of differences. I mean, it's simple, but it's not so simple that you can just go, I'm going to pick it up and just button mash away. I'll tell you right now, button mashing in this game does not work. I've tried it. It's horrible. You need to learn how every character handles and how their attacks are done, because button mashing will get you just burst effects and burst attacks, which will do absolutely nothing in the grander scheme. The AI that's set in this computer on normal is pretty tough. I think that might be because it's a Japanese import game. I know all their games are usually set on a higher standard in terms of difficulty. The computer won't let you down. If you start button mashing, it will punish you, and it will do the same crap to you, where it'll start like almost button mashing to the point that it'll do it so much better, and you'll be like, what's going on? Oh my god, I can't do anything. And it's funny. I think in a lot of ways it's funny, but let me go back to actually I'll stay on this image because I think this is a better image than the other front page. But I'll say I really highly dig my time with Phantom Breaker. I think it's awesome. Phantom Breaker Extra, by the way, just to explain it further, and I don't think I did this at the beginning, was it's a second version of this game, so it has more characters, it has different scenarios for the characters. I say recommend buying this one. I know Phantom Breaker, the original one, is still out. You can buy that one too, but buy Extra. It's available on I think Xbox 360 and PS3, I believe. It has a lot more in terms of depth. It looks better. It plays a little bit better. It has more fluid animations. So I would say that this only cost me, by the way, with shipping and handling, it only cost me about $40. It wasn't that bad. I mean, the game itself I think was $30, and I didn't. I think this one actually. I'm sorry. This game was $35 with shipping and handling because I didn't get expedited shipping. I just got the regular shipping. But I'll tell you right now, this is a phenomenal game. If you really are afraid to import games, this is a good game to import because it's not too hard for you to understand if you play only English games. But even more so, it's just not too hard to kind of grasp around. And I think that's something that everyone's afraid of when you buy an import or you buy. And that doesn't have to be just Japanese games. I've played Chinese games before too, and they're very similar. You gotta be careful with them because they sometimes can be a little too overly not understandable. I bought recently, I kid you not, I'm not doing a review of it or impression of it whatsoever. I bought, I think it's called Extraria, which is a PS Vita game, but it was a Japanese import. It's an RPG, it is all in Japanese, nothing's in English, no menus, no nothing. And I'll tell you right now, I don't want to say I regret buying it, but it took me a long time to start playing it because I actually had to write on the side translation notes. I had to go, oh, this is how you do attacks, this is what special attack he does if you press this button. It was a little bit of a pain in the butt. But this is a game, like this Phantom Breaker Extra is a good game because it's a fighting game. You don't really need too much nuance to know what to do. And again, it's simple. It's very, very simple. It only has weak, heavy, and mid-grade punches. It has a special attack button. It has all the combos put into like one button press. Very simple, very nice, very fluid. So would I recommend this? I would highly recommend this. It's not very expensive. Just to kind of anticipate that if you buy it today, for example, you might get it a month later because it is a Japanese only game. Thus, unless you buy like the really extreme prices to ship it faster, you know, that's up to you. I mean, if you want to do that, but just expect then you're going to pay a lot more for it to get it faster. But anyways, guys, I hope you like this. As always, you know, I keep wanting to do these, and I hope you guys keep enjoying them. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want more of them. Anyways, guys, that's it for this review impression. I will eventually stop saying review on these. I promise I will, right? Eventually? No, I doubt it. But anyways, have a good one, everyone. Till our paths cross again. Later.